You'll never guess who decided to return. Yes, dear viewer, Chance has returned alongside Daniel. Bal and Malak are online as we speak. Now I know I kinda just made a video about Cyrax, but it turns out that Chance has been posting this entire time, right under our noses. And yes, this is old news, as any and all of his new accounts have been struck down by the cyber police, so these will just be archived. I will credit any channels that I take footage from. Anyways, how y'all doing tonight? I don't know about you, but I am jumping out of my seat. We get to keep milking the lolcows for money. On this episode, we will see the return of Chance Wilkins and what he's been up to. Something trigger warning, don't harass people, y'all already know, so let's go. In my Cyrax video, I mentioned the fact that he started a new YouTube channel, and as far as we knew, this was his only online presence since the ICE incident. But little did we know that Chance had been persisting like a cockroach after a nuclear bomb. Chance has been posting on TikTok this entire time, under the name Blackout. Now I'm sure everyone expected Chance to return, it was going to happen. But I guess his detractors aren't using TikTok too frequently, because usually his profiles last no more than just a few days after being discovered. And this one is no exception, being wiped a mere day after being exposed. I mean, hey, at least it wasn't just a few hours of being up like his YouTube channel. He probably considers that progress, which is honestly pathetic. Why don't we take a closer look at some of these TikToks that he's been making? You know, let's just hear what he has to say.
I am here to speak for those that are no longer with us. I'm here to be the voice for those people. And to the police and law enforcement out there that say that I am a vigilante, I am not a vigilante. For those that think that I am a villain because I'm calling out certain people, think what you want. But when it comes to law enforcement, I'm not a vigilante. I'm merely doing what you guys refuse to do. And speaking up for those that don't have a voice, and doing the right thing, and not letting a gun or a badge get in the way of me helping someone. And if you guys don't know what I mean, is if you ask any police officer about bullying, they will tell you to turn it off and walk away. And for the most part, they are right. But also, it's not always that simple.
Why don't we start with his mission statement? Cyrax, of course, like everybody on this channel, is actually the victim. A victim of what, you might ask? Well, dear viewer, Cyrax is the victim of bullying and digital terrorism. One of the easiest ways to garner sympathy is to claim that you are the victim of bullying. This is how you get videos taken down. This is how you get your coworkers sent to HR, and it's a great way to trick people into being on your side. I'm sure we all remember being in school, getting in trouble, and the kid that reported you completely leaves out his side of events that would otherwise incriminate him. But Chance's harassment has been entirely self-inflicted based on his horrific crimes of soliciting minors, raping a blind minor, assaulting his grandmother, doxing people, and trying to assault his trolls, on top of just being a very scummy and self-absorbed piece of shit. The quintessential lolcow trait is being oblivious. It's kind of the whole point of being a lolcow. You're milked for laughs without your knowledge, and you stay in the same loop of harassment and trying to clear your name. You lack self-awareness entirely, and that is mandatory to be called a lolcow. Lolcows, and in this case horror cows, who have offended, typically by being creeps, will come back to the internet, and they're seriously under the belief that the people are just bullying them because they're a bunch of haters, when in reality it's due to the fact that the cows in question are genuinely terrible people, and in this case they are pedophiles. We see this on full display with the claims of digital terrorism. And the kicker? Chance cites other lolcows as the victims of digital terrorism. The lack of self-awareness is just mind-boggling.
I went through 8+ years of a never-ending nightmare that I didn't think I would escape. And one of those people being somebody by the name, who I just learned about by the name of Topofia, whose brother was systematically by this terrorist group because she started to see what was going on and she tried to call them out. And what did they do? They brother.
This alone is proof that Chance does nothing but spew bullshit. Shocker, I know. I'm sure most of you know about Topofia, so I'm not gonna get into her whole life story, but her family fell on some hard times. It was just Topofia, her mother Mama Chu, and her brother Chu. Papachu is out of the picture. He may get his own video one day. Topofia refused to get a job, instead opting to waste her life on TikTok just to get bullied. And her mother was elderly, so the only source of income was from her brother, and they were all living out of his car. Sadly, on one fateful evening, they would become a victim to a carjacking, or in this case, a home invasion. Okay, maybe that was kind of fucked, but anyways, there was an altercation and it ended in Brother Chu being shot dead. The assailant fled the scene and was later taken down by a security guard. Now both Cyrax and Topofia herself will claim that all of this was thanks to the trolls, when in reality it was a completely unrelated tragedy that had zero troll input. Topofia does have a lot of haters and trolls, but they don't really mess with her life in the same way as Cyrax or Daniel, and her viewers were very sympathetic to her. That was until she started a fundraiser for the funeral, and then proceeded to misuse all of the funds on shopping sprees and a bunch of random bullshit. Keep in mind, she was also homeless during all of this, so she was really just going out to fucking Sephora while she was living on the streets. And eventually, some third party had to come in and just cremate him because she refused to bury him, with all the money she got to do just that, deciding that her makeup was more important. You know, when you actually hear the full story of these things, it makes you a lot less sympathetic to these people, and that's exactly why Chance will never tell the full story. I guarantee you, with all this information about these people out online, there is zero way Chance doesn't know what they actually did, and he recognizes that he fucked up in a lot of ways, so that's why he's not going to give his full side of events, and he's basically just doing the same exact thing with other people, leaving out key details that would make you feel unsympathetic towards them. I wonder who else is going to get this treatment.
Now, two very famous examples of what these people consider lolcows are a primary target type of theirs, which is people with severe special needs or handicap. And those two people are Daniel Larson and Chris Chan, both who are severely mentally handicapped in one way or another. With Daniel Larson, what they did was they got him arrested by mentally fucking with his head, and they made him think that a federal agent was a bad guy, and so they got him to go after and physically attack a federal agent. They manipulated him into attacking a federal agent, knowing that his mental state was very, very poor. And as a result, instead of being put in a mental hospital where he belongs, Daniel had spent the last several years in prison, and he just got out as of yesterday.
Now, Cyrax clearly did not watch my fire videos on Daniel Larson. If he did, then he would actually know what happened. Instead, he tries to claim that people were provoking Daniel to go out and attack federal agents. While yeah, you could argue that they provoked Daniel, this was over a fake job interview at Buffalo Wild Wings. A job interview and working as a whole is a completely foreign concept to Chance, so I guess we'll let that part slide. As for the assaulting federal agents part, that is just a complete fabrication. He made a bunch of verbal threats towards various places and people, but not once did he actually go out and assault somebody.
The other one with Chris Chan was way worse. Now, Chris Chan is a lolcow that you can tell just by looking at him. He's severely mentally handicapped to the point where he can't really tell right from wrong like me or you guys can. And what these people did to that poor boy is nothing short of disgusting. These trolls, including a female, made Chris think that his mom liked him, and they played on the fact that he was mentally handicapped, that he wasn't as smart as me or you. Well, needless to say, they pressured him into committing with his own mom, and he got arrested while everybody sat back and laughed at him.
No, Chance. Chris is not severely mentally handicapped. He has high-functioning autism. There are people with the same degree of autism that go on to live completely normal and functional lives, which is literally why it's called high-functioning. He even has a CAD degree that he never used. And while yeah, his mental state took a nosedive, believing in delusions such as a dimensional merge, being married to a Pokemon, and thinking he's a woman, he could have lived a relatively normal life if there was intervention, and none of that would have happened. Ironically, this is very similar to how Keffals treated Chris. All Keffals wanted was to clear his name from all the shit that he was going through with the Kiwi farms. So he enlisted the help of Iola Brenda Anderson to come on a live stream and denounce the former Quickie forum. It's crazy because lolcows either love or hate each other. There really is not a middle ground. On Nova Online's old podcast, he was throwing shit at none other than Andy Ditch. Talk about a glass house, am I right? And now we see Chance just vouching for any other lolcow who goes through the same things, all for his own gain. It's like watching a bunch of monkeys at the zoo.
What up, you beautiful people? Here's your boy, the one, Blackouts. Just wanted to say what's up. Wanted to say good morning to you guys. Hope you guys are doing good. But I wanted to give you guys an update video, which I'm going to get into here in a second. But first, I have a couple people that I would like to give a shout out to that are important to me. First of all, I want to give the biggest shout out to my wonderful, amazing, just incredible fiance, who is actually the reason why I'm even doing this. Like, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here.
You know, telling my story and what I've been through and helping you guys. Like, she is the sole reason why I'm here. When I wanted to give up, she would not let me give up. She was like, no, keep going, keep doing it. You know, you got this. You know, you're ready for this. You know, it's your time. So to my fiance, I want to say, I love you, sweetheart.
Alright, now he's not even trying. I don't even care about what he's saying because we all know it's just some fake girl. But what I'm wondering is, how did this man last 5 months without anybody reporting him? Or even recognizing him for that matter? Like, I get it, TikTok people are retarded. But you're telling me that not a soul knew who this was? And I feel like if they did actually recognize him, we'd know about it. We just found out about all of this when this was something relevant in March.
The other person I want to give a shout out to is personally one of my favorite content creators on this platform and on social media in general, which is the big homie Kelly K Ministries. Keep doing your thing, brother. You know, keep spreading the good word of God, man. Keep on doing your thing, brother. And in case you're wondering, big dog, I always keep this beside me every day, man. Right here. I always keep this right here beside me, man.
The only important thing we learned from this video is Chance's new divine purpose. He's on a mission to spread the word of God. He will graciously shout out his inspirations. He hit the bell on the Faithful Sheriff's channel, and that's exactly what y'all should do to mine. But yeah, since Chance claims to be a Christian, let's turn to the good book for some insight. You know, why don't we turn to Matthew 18 verse 6. Let me find it. Here we go, not trying to make this into a Bible study. Why don't we quote the direct word of Jesus? But whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him to have a great millstone fastened around his neck and to be drowned in the depth of the sea. Now, by strict interpretation, this is about bringing children away from God. But this can definitely apply to him soliciting minors. He is so evil that in God's eyes, he is better off dead than saved. What a disgusting person who's hiding behind faith to absolve himself. Sorry if you hear that. In our facility, we have maintenance people downstairs, and our employees have had a real hard time clocking in because it's not reading their fingerprints, so don't mind them. And that about wraps it up for his TikTok content. It's essentially the exact same routine that Chance always has. Come back to the internet under a false identity, tell the exact same origin story, have your cover blown, try to clear your name, and leave the internet for 2 months after your account gets deleted. That's the Goblin lifestyle. And this TikTok page has reached its end. The trolls managed to mass flag it the second they caught wind, and that was the end of his account. Anyways, we have a phone call to look through, so let's just check that out. So we got another important bit of information about Chance's whereabouts, and when she gave like a sort of interview. This was prior to his TikTok discovery, so this is all that we had on Cyrax for the past several months. Now, high key, I'm recording this segment the night before I upload the video, so I am not going to go through the entire call. It's mostly just Chance stroking his ego, making up lies, and spinning things in his favor. We're gonna focus on the more important parts. So why don't we hear what the Goblin's been getting up to?
Get away from them, and I've now been troll free for the better half of going on about 3 months now. Like, they still try to pull their stupid shit, but I've been ignoring it. I've been just basically living a normal life for the first time in 8 years, and honestly, good. It feels good to be back to normal.
Yeah, Chance. It's crazy how when you leave the internet stops harassing you. It's almost as if that's what everybody wants.
I've been thinking about it, like I'm not too sure yet, just because of the fact that I'm trying to weigh things out and, you know, weigh these trolls out. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm basically starving the trolls out of content is what I'm doing. I'm basically starving them out, you know, because they're still trying to do whatever they can to get us to respond, and I'm just not doing it. I'm not, giving them what they want. I'm just basically starving them. So right now their tanks are running on empty. So, hopefully, by the time it's all said and done, they'll move on, find somebody else, do something else,
He claims to be starving the trolls by not uploading or engaging with them. That's probably the smartest thing he's ever said realistically, although it's just common sense. Now unfortunately, Chance was actively lying through his fucked up teeth, as he has been posting under the radar on TikTok for 5 months, somehow without getting spotted.
So how many Xboxes have they
Yeah.
I know they give you a lot of kill switches. What if they broken?
Let's see. I had the original Xbox One, which they destroyed, and then that one got replaced by my buddy Danny. Then they pulled the same shit again this last time, which was the original kill stick they sent in.
Oh yeah.
And then after that, I got the Series X. Well, yeah, my first Series X from my fiance. Well, my girlfriend is now my fiance. And then that's the one that got destroyed back in December due to, my ex Cassandra, who turned out to not even be an ex. She turned out to be a psychotic bitch and ended up being a fucking troll.
Damn. So what did she do?
She ended up pretending to be my girlfriend at the time.
Oh.
And my now fiance Jackie was trying to warn me about her and say, hey, don't trust her, blah, 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 blah.
Looks like Cyrax finally dumped Cassandra. What's insane is Cyrax stayed with her after she bricked his 4th, 5th Xbox? Then again, he was just as gullible as Daniel. He's also been talking about this fiance for a while. I'm sure she is a real person. Now, there actually already is a Jackie in the Cyrax wiki, but this may actually be another Jackie, assuming the wiki isn't updated very much, which I wouldn't put it past him. And probably the biggest thing of note here is the FBI visit. If you recall, Chance had made threats against ICE earlier this year, causing him to go viral on Zitter and signal boost his infamy. Anywho, the FBI came knocking on his door due to these video threats.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's a rumor, but I heard that the police or ICE or something showed up to your house after that. I don't know if that's true or not.
No. What had happened is FBI had ended up showing up to my house.
Oh, they did? So what do they want?
Yeah, the FBI ended up showing up, and I ended up explaining to them. I was like, dude, this shit was taken out of context. I did not say that directly. This is what was going on. And they're like, well, is there more to it? It's like, no, if there's something else, I'm going to speak my mind about it. I in no way threatened ICE. I did not threaten anyone. That whole thing was taken out of fucking context. And bear in mind, these are a couple of FBI officers that I've had run-ins with before that are just complete assholes.
He threatened to defend his family with lethal force. Chance claims he was taken out of context, but he just announced the fact that he'd be willing to kill federal agents that have zero vested interest in him, unless it's deporting him to the sewers. And that's about it that happened on the call that I really should mention. I recommend you watch the full interview for a more in-depth look at the shit he says. He claims to have received a play button, but at this point, none of his bluffs should surprise you. Also, he claims he might be making music again. We'll definitely make a video about that. Hey guys, this is the outro. There's a fan in the background. Just 1 second. There we go, guys. Can you hear the fan now? Anyways, I hope you guys loved the video. Alright, look, smartass, I earned this. I was sitting here for hours in the heat of the South, right? And everybody knows that you can't get good audio if you have fans going. You can't get good audio with this. Anyways, for real, y'all, thank you for watching. I think I permanently fucked up my mic. Become a channel member tonight. It's only $3 a month. Also, if you made it to the end of this video, let me know how you feel about this new editing style. I think I really like it. I think I'm going to use it more because it lets me become a nice little content factory and I get to make lots and lots of money. That is more money I can gamble with, y'all, so please give me money. As for the direction of this channel, I don't know if my next video will be a long one, but I definitely want to make some more long videos in the future. But we're going to focus on that later down the line. Also, it has been briefed to me that some of you guys are hitting the bell and it's not notifying y'all. This is just YouTube trying to have their way with us. The ghost of Susan Wojcicki is trying to sabotage us. Cyrax is going to come back. and it will probably just be the same shit all over again. And I'll effectively just make the same exact video about it, because all of his returns are pretty much the exact same. Anyways, I think we're done here. Go to bed.